Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video we're going to be dyeing my hair rainbow. I feel like I haven't had rainbow hair in a long time and I'm honestly so nervous about it for some reason. Like, I don't know, I'm like psyching myself out. But today we're going to be doing some neon rainbow hair, and when I say neon, I mean probably the most neon electric fluorescent hair I've ever done. So directions actually sent over a bunch of color. I cannot believe how much color they sent over to me. Like, it was just beyond generous. Here is all the color they sent. They sent so much color. So a lot of the color I knew I wouldn't use, I gifted to you guys in giveaways, and then I chose colors that I knew I would use and love. So let me show you what we have here. Here are the colors. So I'm using most of these straight out of the container. I'm not going to alter them at all. So as you guys can see, I just put the tube of the directions color directly into the bowl. It's just easier if I just dip directly into the directions like container instead of dumping all the color into the bowl. So I'm just going to be using the color straight out of the containers. And then for the purple and the blue, I did have to custom mix those two shades, but I didn't have to do much. So for the blue, I'm using turquoise and I just diluted it with conditioner, so not really different from their formulation, just a little bit lighter. And then the purple is a totally different brand. I just mixed a couple shades together. I tried to make the blue and the purple fit the neon electricness that Directions Colors has. So let me go through and show you some of these colors because they are just insane. Like, I can't wait to put them on my hair. It's gonna like literally match my eyeshadow perfectly. So this one right here is Flamingo Pink. I mean, look at that neon fluorescentness. So that's the pink we're using straight out of the container. This one is Fluorescent Orange, and oh, it's not joking. That bitch is fluorescent AF. Okay, look at that. So that's the orange. Then we're moving on to the yellow, which is, bitch, I don't even need to say anything. I'm gonna give this one a moment of silence. Gorgeous. And then we're moving on to fluorescent green. So this one was difficult. They sent a fluorescent lime and a fluorescent green. I'll show you the fluorescent lime next to this so you see the difference. So here's the difference between the two. This one is the lime, this one is the fluorescent green. So they are very, very different. This fluorescent lime is so beautiful, but I feel like putting it on my hair, it might be a little bit too similar to the neon yellow. I want to make sure that there's like a good variation between the different colors and stripes in my hair, and I feel like using this would be a little bit too close to that. And so I decided to just go ahead and use the fluorescent green right out of the container instead of the fluorescent lime. They're both absolutely gorgeous. I also thought about mixing these two together to create like an in-between shade, but I honestly think just going in with this color on its own will be sufficient enough. My hair has a lot of yellow in it, so I think using this and adding the yellow that's in my hair will create a very neon shade. This is very neon. Doesn't look very neon in the container, but if you see like where it touched around the rim, it is very electric. So here's the cap with the fluorescent lime, and you can see like the spots where the fluorescent lime has touched. It's very yellowy and very limey, and I'm looking for more of like a neon green, not a neon lime. Here's their turquoise right out of the container. It is very, very dark, and like I said, I just wanted it a little bit lighter to match the neon and fluorescentness of the other colors. So I just went ahead and added a little bit of bonding conditioner in there to make it a little bit lighter. So hopefully these all go well together. I think these are probably the most neon colors I've ever worked with. I'm excited to work with a new brand and kind of see what they're all about. They have 46 intense colors. Here are all the colors they offer. I'll get a close-up for you. I mean, look at those color options. I will leave a link to Directions hair color in the description down below in case you guys want to purchase it. I'm not sure if you can get it in the United States or if it's just a brand that's offered in Europe or the UK. I'm not sure, but I'll leave a link to them in the description down below either way in case you guys want to try them. So today we're just going to be doing a OG pattern. I'm not going to do anything crazy because I'm using a different hair color brand. I kind of want to stick to a pattern I'm familiar with. I also have not done rainbow hair to the scalp in over a year. Last time I did rainbow hair when my roots were bleached was September of 2021, and then the last time I did rainbow before that was March of this year, but I already had like this much regrowth. So I'm very nervous to do this because doing rainbow all the way to the scalp is a lot more difficult than if you have like a shadow root or something. So yeah, I'm gonna go easy on myself. I'm gonna do a pattern I've done before. I'm just gonna go ahead and do ombre money pieces, and then we're going to do the traditional rainbow stripes going down. I do have some tape-ins in my hair right now, so that also makes it a lot more difficult to color when you're doing like sections. So we're gonna see how this works out. I'm pretty nervous, and I'm probably not gonna talk very much during it because this takes like total concentration, I'm not gonna lie to you. So let me go ahead and section off my hair real quick, and I will be right back so we can start the application process. All right, you guys, I got my hair sectioned off, looking like I have pigtails right now, but we have the front ombre section. We have all of these little panels right here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with pink on both sides, and it should match up. Here we go, let's do this. Okay, so here I am speeding through the application. I could not believe how neon these are. When they're in the container, they do look a little bit deceiving because there's so much pigment together. It looks a little bit darker, but once you start applying the color on like a nice platinum base, you really get to see how fluorescent and neon these colors are. So when I started applying the pink, I was just shocked at how neon and vibrant it was, because I wasn't really sure if it was going to be more of like a neutral pink or if it was going to give that really big neon punch that I was looking for, and it did not miss. This pink is so insanely bright. Because I have never used directions before, I did try to look up videos of other people using each shade that I used, but there really isn't a lot of videos on YouTube of people trying directions hair color, and I think that's because it's a brand from Europe. A lot of people don't have access to it or don't use it as often, so I couldn't really find a lot of research, so I just decided to wing it, and I'm glad that I can put this video on YouTube for other people looking for these specific colors. Now people can find what they look like straight out of the container. I did see a couple videos of people using this flamingo pink, but they either diluted it or it didn't show up on camera as neon as it is in real life. So I was pleasantly surprised to see how amazing these colors actually are. I do just want to go over the texture and the scent of the product a little bit because I realized I did not go over that in the video. So the texture of the dye is very easy to apply to the hair. Honestly, it's very comparable to slime. I know a lot of other people who have used directions on YouTube videos refer to it as slime also, and that is like a perfect description. I also think it smells like slime. It doesn't have a scent to it, but you guys know, like, you know, when you're kids and you get slime and it just has a slime smell, that's what it smells like. To me, it's not off-putting at all. It actually brought me a little bit of joy because it was just the nostalgia of getting slime when I was a kid. And so the texture and the scent both reminded me of that. In my opinion, it's not a bad thing. It actually, like I said, made me happy, but I guess to some people that might be like an off-putting thing. The texture was really easy to work with. It was really easy to melt into the hair. The only issue I had was where my tape-ins were. I should have pre-washed my tape-ins before installing. I know better, but I didn't do that. So I really had to work the color into my extensions, but that was no fault of the brand. I definitely should have washed my extensions before installing them. But overall, I absolutely loved this brand. I highly recommend. Since this video, I have removed the color, and let me tell you guys, it also comes out of the hair fairly easily. I was worried it was going to stain the hair because I did not do any swatch tests to see how easy it would be to remove, but it does come out of the hair fairly easily, so I would definitely use this brand in the future, and I definitely want to try more of the shades they offer because I like the consistency. I like that it reminds me of slime, and also they have an amazing color selection. So many different colors to choose from, not just the neons, but let me tell you, these neons are amazing and some of the best I have ever tried. All right, I have everything applied. I am going to let this sit and process for around an hour, and then I'm going to rinse it using cold water. I like to rinse it in my shower, so I just like flip my head over and use my like spray nozzle and just use cold water so that way the colors don't bleed on each other. And then I'll be back to show you guys the finished results. I'm a little nervous about some of these colors. It seemed like they didn't want to take on some of my extension spots, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine once I rinse it out. So I will see you guys in just a second to show you the finished result. Let me spin around and show you like the back and everything. So here's what it looks like. I'm sure it'll look okay once it's rinsed. So I'll see you guys in around an hour. All right, you guys, I am back, and here is how my hair turned out. I mean, it looks pretty freaking good. I'm very impressed. I haven't done rainbow in a long time, and I feel like I nailed it. I did a pretty decent job. It looks really good, like all these colors in here, and I actually feel like the proportions of each color is really nice too. I'll spin around in just a second and show you what the back looks like, but I am in love with this. The front turned out really good. These two ombre pieces, like these colors are so neon and vibrant. It's absolutely insane. Overall, I really liked Directions hair dye, and I'm very glad I finally tried them because they were really easy to work with and they have a great color selection, and I really liked them. Definitely want to try more of their colors in the future. I have hair dye stained all over my face. I'm gonna scrub it in just a second. I'm gonna take my makeup off and like scrub off the residual hair dye. And I also did not leave this on for an hour. I read the directions and it said leave on 15 minutes, and I was like, okay. So I had left it on like 20 minutes at that point, so I honestly didn't leave it on that long. Obviously these front pieces were processing for the whole time I was like doing the rest of the sections, so overall I'm sure it processed well over an hour, but the back pieces only processed probably like 20 to 30 minutes. I rinsed using lukewarm water. I actually rinsed my hair in the sink because the spray nozzle provides way more pressure, and when you're doing rainbow hair you want to make sure there's a lot of pressure coming out of whatever you're using to like rinse your hair with. And I had no bleeding. I didn't really see any color come out in the sink. I mean, you guys, these colors are so neon and vibrant, and most of these colors came straight out of the tube. Like, I did not mess with most of these colors, just straight the way they're made. They look awesome. I am very obsessed with them. They're neon, they're vibrant, they're gorgeous. Let me spin around and show you what the back looks like. Here's the side, and here is the back. I will leave a link to all the items I used in this video, the clips I used for rainbow hair, the comb, the dye. I'll leave all of it linked down below in case you guys want to try this at home. Highly recommend. Makes you feel way cooler. Trust me, I'm not cool at all, but I feel way cooler with rainbow hair. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and until next time, guys, stay weird. Bye.